Welcome back to our International Student Wellness podcast. Today's episode is about something many international students experience but may not always talk about: language fatigue. For many international students, studying English is not only about learning course content, it also means listening, translating, taking notes, joining discussions, reading assignments, writing emails, and trying to respond quickly in a second language. Even when grades looks fine, the mental effort behind them can be exhausting. At Miami University, many classes involve discussion, group projects, and participation. For international students, this can add extra pressure. We may have good ideas, but it takes time to organize those ideas in English. Sometimes, by the time we are ready to speak, the conversation has already moved on. That is language fatigue. It can feel like brain fog, slow reading, headaches, sleepings, or frustrations. You may read the same paragraph again and again but still feel like nothing is staying in your mind. This does not mean you are lazy or not smart enough. It means your brain has been working very hard for a long time. One reason language fatigue happens is because the brain is doing many tasks at once. In class, we are listening for the main idea, processing vocabulary, following the processor's speed, understanding classmates' comments, and preparing our own response. At the same time, some students also worry about grammar, accent, or whether others will understand them. All of this uses energy. So, how can we manage it? The first tool is to study differently, not just study longer. One helpful method is the listening skim review method. Before class, skim the reading understand instead of trying to understand every word. Look at headings, key terms, and main questions. During class, focus on the professor's main points instead of writing every sentence. After class, review your notes within 24 hours and fill in the gaps. This method helps because you do not force yourself to understand everything at once. Another tool is to create a vocabulary parking lot in your notes. When you hear a word you do not know, write it down quickly and keep listening. Do not stop your whole attention because of one word. Later, you can look it up and add a short meaning. Over time, repeated academic words become easier to recognize. The second tool is strategic rest. After several hours of English speaking classes, your brain may need a real language break. This could mean working without listening to anything, calling family in your first language, eating with friends, or sitting quietly without checking Canvas or email. Even a 10-minute break can help if it is truly a break from processing English. The third tool is using participation scripts. Sometimes the hardest part is not having an idea, but finding the first sentence. You can prepare simple phrases before class, such as, "I agree with that point because I say it a little differently because. Could you explain what you mean by that?" For group projects, you can say, "Can we summarize each person's responsibility? I want to make sure I understand the deadline correctly. Could we read the main decision in the shared document?" This script helps reduce pressure because you do not have to build every sentence from zero. The fourth tool is asking professors for clarity without shame. Asking questions does not mean you are weak. It means you are trying to understand the class better. A helpful way to ask it is to be specific. Instead of saying, I don't understand, you can say, I reviewed the instructions, but I'm confused about whether the assignment should focus more on summary or analysis. Could you clarify that part? This shows effort and make it easier for the professor to help. Many domestic students may also be confused, so your question might help others too. Finally, it is important to notice when language fatigue becomes burnout. Feeling tired after a long day is normal, but if you feel constantly exhausted, unable to sleep, hopeless, or disconnected from people, it may be time to ask for support. At Miami University, studying counseling service and other wellness resources are available for students. Reaching out does not mean you failed, it means you are taking care of yourself. To close this episode, I want to say this is to all international students. If your brain shuts down after 6 hours of classes, you are not alone. Language fatigue is real. It happens because international students are learning academic content while also working across language and culture. You do not have to solve it by pushing yourself harder all the time. You can set in stages, take real breaks, using participation scripts, organizing your notes, and asking for clarity when you need it. Feeling tired does not mean you are not compatible. It may simply mean your brain has been doing a lot. Rest is not a weakness. It is a part of learning. Thank you for listening to this episode of the International Students Wellness Podcast. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, and remember that your voice matters, even when it takes extra time to find the words.